Albert Einstein was so smart that scientists studied his brain after he died to figure out why. He was such an icon that Time magazine named him Person of the Century in 1999. 1905 was Einstein's year of miracles. He wrote 4 papers in a German scientific journal that changed the way we see the universe. The first was his theory of light. Physicists at the time believed light was a wave, but it didn't make sense that light could create an electric current. Einstein proposed that light was actually made up of a stream of particles called photons, and these photons could knock an electron off an atom to create a current. This is the photoelectric effect. His second paper made a case for the existence of atoms. He observed what seemed like the random movement of particles in water, and reasoned that it's not so random if the water is actually made up of invisible atoms that cause the particles to jiggle. This was called Brownian motion, after the botanist Robert Brown, who had observed the phenomenon earlier. His third and most famous discovery is a special theory of relativity, in which it's impossible to say if 2 events occurred at the same time if those events are separated in space. A, B, and C all happen at the same time. However, they appear to occur in a different order, depending on the location of the observer. Or let's say someone in London starts running at the same time as someone in New York. They would appear to start running at different times if the observer is on a plane flying between London and New York. Relativity is the basis of the world's most famous formula, E = mc squared. His 4th paper gave us this equation, which shows how energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Under the right conditions, energy can become mass, and mass can become energy. Indeed, physicists began to consider whether his equation might actually make an atomic bomb possible. The papers would transform him from an unknown patent office clerk to a renowned genius. He died the next day. A pathologist named Thomas Harvey removed his brain so that scientists could try to figure out why he was so intelligent. Einstein's brain was found to be missing a bordering region called the lateral sulcus, which researchers believe may have led neurons in this part of the brain to communicate better. Scientists also believe his neurons used up more energy because his brain was found to have a higher percentage of glial cells, which nourish, support, and protect the neurons. Today, the most celebrated brain in the world is in pieces at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia, but worshipped he is. The 99th element of the periodic table is named after him. Einsteinium was discovered shortly after his death. Albert Einstein lives on as one of the smartest people in history, who changed the way we view and understand the world and the universe.
For Newsthink, I'm Cindy Palm.